Great. So hello, everybody, and welcome to today's session. This is our last of 8 sessions, and it is on leveraging AI for SAP automation. I do want you to know that I will put in chat where you can find all of these sessions tomorrow. So you can look forward to that. And if you want to just start with the slides, going through those. So today's team, I'm Diana Gray. I'm the Community Marketing Manager for the Americas. And Pankaj is our chapter leader for California in America. So he's sponsoring these events. And Mohed comes to us from India, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, hey everyone, thank you for joining this last session of this series. My name is Faz, and I'm a MVP of 2025, and I'm working as a lead technical consultant with the Silicon Partner. I'm also a three-time UiPath Global Hackathon champion.
Yes, he is. And Pankaj, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No. So, hello everyone. This is Pankaj Banka. I'm one of the co-founders at TSP, the Silicon Partners, and as Diana said, the chapter leader for the Northern California UiPath chapter. So very excited about this session. Everybody's talking about AI, and so we'll go through how we can leverage AI using UiPath into doing SAP automation. So this is the last part of the 8-part series that we have done webinars on the SAP series. So feel free to reach out to us if you want to hear more about SAP automations on using the UiPath platform. If you want us to host any sessions, webinars, we'll be happy to do that. You can do through the community web page or reaching out to us, this team, Diana, myself, Faiz, and others at TSP. So very excited, and there's some housekeeping slides that we want to go through before I hand it over to Faiz to go through the presentations. Yeah, so as Diana and I mentioned, this is the last part of the 8-part series that we are doing. Obviously, these are managed by UiPath MVPs in the Americas, but we engage our experts from other chapters and other regions as well to share their thought leadership and their knowledge around SAP automations using the UiPath platform. So feel free to network with the MVPs, reach us on LinkedIn, email, chats, and other platforms. We'll be happy to discuss any further sessions that you want to do with us. And obviously, please add any questions that you have in the chat, or we'll have some time in the end where you can unmute yourself and ask those questions. Next slide. So yeah, just another housekeeping. This is the session that we are going to do today. So next slide. Just from an agenda overview, UiPath has come up with Autopilot for everyone. So Faiz will go over an overview of what Autopilot is and some prerequisites, then how to leverage Gen AI and other activities that are part of the UiPath platform, right? And then we will see how do we create orders in SAP using the Autopilot tool in the UiPath platform. So I mean all the Gen AI and the AI capabilities inbuilt in the Autopilot, and then obviously we'll have some Q&A time in the end where you can ask questions. But if you have any questions during the session, feel free to add them in the chat as well. Next slide. Yeah, so over to Faiz to take you through the presentation, and we can go from there. Faiz.
Yeah, thank you very much. So thank you everyone once again, and let me know if I'm audible to everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. So before moving to this autopilot, making this session a more curious. And I know like you are waiting for like it's the last session and you are very curious to see like what we are going to present in this session. Before moving ahead, I would like to request you all to comes to this community page, because we are just going to wrap this session, but it does not mean like we have the upcoming session as well. So we will once you register on this page, so you will get informed when we release the next release on the agentic automation and autopilot and all the like how you can automate your business use cases with the help of agents and autopilots. So as we have delivered 7 sessions and that is the last session of this series. So if you miss any of the session, I request you to come here on this page. That is community.uipath.com, Northern California, San Francisco, Bay Area, and Sacramento. So you can come here, scroll down till there, and you can click on load more. You will see all the sessions are listed here. And if you want to go through the previous recording, so you maybe choose any of the one, like part 1, 2, and 3, and so forth. So you can click on any of the sessions. It will navigate to the session page, and there we have the recording. So feel free to come here, or maybe if you have the YouTube website, you can open the YouTube, type your @UiPath community, and there you will find all the sessions. Right? So yeah, so that is you can come here, register to get informed for the uh, latest sessions on agentic automation, as we will release very soon. So come to this slide here. So as maybe you already aware and heard about on the UiPath platform, that is UiPath for everyone. So if you have the UiPath community license or enterprise pro trial license or enterprise license, so you can enable this autopilot for everyone, and it will be available on the UiPath assistant, and you can communicate in natural language, and you can integrate your autopilot with your context grounding, with your processes, and many more features are there. But today, in today's session, we will more focus on the autopilot, because UiPath also going to release the public release for the agentic automation. So once it is there, then we will release the agentic automation series, so that we will cover very deep, like what kind of license are required and how you can leverage the agentic AI agent, how you can build your own agent for your organization, how you can leverage the autopilot processes, human and the agent as well. So, like I said, autopilot is everywhere. So maybe you are aware about like UiPath introduced the autopilot for Studio Web. So you can generate any workflow with the help of autopilot for Studio Web. There we have the autopilot for the UiPath apps. With the help of autopilot, you can generate your apps by prompting the autopilot by uploading your screenshot, or maybe you can create with the help of data services as well. And there we have autopilot for tester. In the test manager, you will see autopilot here. You can generate your test cases. You can analyze your requirement. You can also generate the insight with the help of autopilot. And here we have the last option, the autopilot for everyone, which is available on your UiPath assistant. You can see here, work across your business apps and system, understand your work context and provide contextual guidance, automate digital paper with best-in-class specialized AI model, feature interactive chat powered by GenAI. So apart from this autopilot, we will also try to cover some of the activities, which is some of the pre-built activities where you can leverage for different purposes. So here we have categorize, content generation, delete index, generate email, image analysis, and language detection, signature similarity, summarize text, and we have many more as well. So once we go into the demo, then I will walk you through how you can leverage these activity in your day-to-day automations. So yeah, we are just more focused on the live demos and how you can enable the autopilot. So we have very limited slides here. So let's move on to the live demo, how you can leverage the autopilot. So if you have any kind of license, community or pro trial or enterprise license, once you are on this page, the first thing you should have the admin access to enable the autopilot for your assistant. So there are some prerequisites. You can come here, and if you have the admin access, you can scroll down, come to the admin sections. And there we have the option called AI Trust Layer. So under the AI Trust Layer, we are not going to cover each and every tab, because we will cover in the next series in depth, like what is the user summary, audit, AI governance, autopilot for everyone, context grounding, which is having which is required more hours to explain like what is context grounding, how you can leverage it, how you can bring your data and you can create your own knowledge base so that autopilot can check your context grounding on knowledge base first, then they can respond based on your data which is available on the context grounding. There we have one option called LML configuration, which is in preview. We will also cover in the next race. So in order to enable the autopilot, you only have to focus on this autopilot for everyone. There you can come here. You can choose your tenant where you want to enable the autopilot. There are some prerequisites. These prerequisites as already enabled for it. So you can, I have taken the screenshot. What are the prerequisites are required in order to enable this autopilot? So these are the things are required. Enable personal workspace and ensure assistant version should be higher than 24.10.5 or later version should be known. Verify user have a valid license and assistant. If assistant automation policy exists, verify autopilot widgets in enables. So these are some prerequisites in order to enable. So yeah, I already have enabled autopilot for my tenant, so it is available on my assistant. So in order to configure it, there are a couple of more things are required. So first thing, you can come here in autopilot for everyone, and another you can come here under this automation ops. You have to create some policies in order to enable this autopilot in assistant. Also create one policies for AI trust layer so that you can access this autopilot in your tenant. So you can come under this UiPath governance automation ops, then governance policies, then you have to create some policies here. I already have created for agent and AI trust layer and assistant. So these two are required to enable the autopilot in your assistant, AI trust layer and the assistant. So these, let me edit it to show like what inside these policies. So the policy name, and there we have enabled the widgets. These things you have to enable. Come to the features toggle, enable task capture. All these should be enabled for assistant. And let me go back. Governance comes to the AI trust layer. There you have to enable all these. And one more thing, under the features toggles, you have to enable these auditing, and under the model, this will require to enable all this. We will cover in the later session in depth. So you have to enable Anthropic, Azure OpenAI, Gemini. Maybe you only can enable the Anthropic for autopilot. So these three models are there. You can feel free to enable. So once everything's ready and you have enabled all these into the UiPath admin section, the AI trust layer, then you can come under this UiPath assistant. And there the autopilot will be enabled for you. In order to refresh any policies, you can come through assistant and right click and refresh the policy. Once you refresh, it will get the latest policies from your AI trust layer and reflect into your autopilot. If you are familiar with the chat GPT, there you can communicate with the model in natural languages. Same way we have the autopilot, and you can communicate with the UiPath models with the help of this autopilot. So like I said, I will cover in depth later in this session. So we can see first screen will greet you, good evening, and all these are predefined prompts. So you can choose any of the prompts. But for my scenario, so I have created a couple of processes and have integrated with this autopilot. So let me bring UiPath Studio. So I have created one process which can extract the data, means like which can extract the email and along with the attachments, and it will pass through the digitizations, and also it will pass to the UiPath generative AI activities. So what I am doing here in this process, extracting the data and digitizing the document and passing it to the generative AI activities. Once the agent is alive, then we can pass this extracted data into the agent, and agent can summarize and return the result. So you can see, so we are using the digitize activity where we are using the Omni page OCR to extract the data, and we are leveraging the pre-built generative AI activities. You will see Once you are on your studio, you can find the generative AI activity, desktop typing, Gen AI. There you have all these activities: chat completion, agent integration, summarize text, PIL filtering, reformat, object detection, rewrite sentiment analysis. So for this process, I'm just using the summarize text. I have renamed it with email summarizer. So you can pass your email data, which I have extracted and digitized with the help of this digitize activity. Extracting data, passing it through this email summarizer. It will return some data. There we can use it to generate the email. So you can see the prompt, what I have written here. You are a helpful assistant. You can combine all the tabular data into one table and convert it into the CSV format for easy reading. And once the data is ready, then you can pass this data into the generate email. It will generate the email for you. And you can record this data into the variable. Yeah. So like I said, once the agent is available in the public preview, then you can leverage the agent as well to build your agent, to summarize your text, extract data. You can do anything with the help of agent, and you can replace this generative AI activity, or maybe you can use as per your requirement if you have. So yeah, this process we have built and published into the orchestrator. Now I can run the live demo. So I'm creating a sales order in my system with the help of SAP GUI. So that's why I'm connecting with the VPN first so that it will not break my solutions. So yeah, so I'm ready. Autopilot is also ready. In order to chat, if you want to start a new chat, you can click on this new chat. So like I said, I will cover all these in depth in the next series. What is how you can use this autopilot, how you can configure it with settings. So today's session, we are more focused on how you can to showcase like how you can leverage the autopilot, how you can integrate your autopilot with processes, and also can integrate with your other application, the CRM application, to generate the order. So all the autopilots are required some prompts. So I have written prompts for all the processes. And what we are trying to do here, we are prompting the autopilot to navigate through my dedicated email box, try to check how many emails are approved to create the sales order. So if 3 emails are approved, it will bring all the emails and prompt it here and ask me what to do next. Then I will ask the autopilot to summarize it, and I will try to ask you can focus only on one order, extract the PDF, digitize the PDF, extract the data. Then this data we will pass to the next process to create the sales order. Then we can ask the autopilot to send an email, the summary email, what the order has created, what data we have used to create the order. So let me bring the prompt, what I have written for it. So first prompt, retrieve and analyze email, search through all the emails. So autopilot, how precisely you can write the prompt, it will understand your queries. So I have written here, search through all the email for those related to the quotation approval, extract the relevant information and present the result in a structured tabular format for easy reference. So when I pass this prompt to the autopilot, what it will do? So before extracting the autopilot to go through the email, let me show the email how it will look like. So I have 3 email, which it is having the subject line approved in different, like approved, quote approved, or approved, quotation approved, and something. The first email having the quotation in PDF format, second also having the quotation in PDF format, and third one don't have the PDF. So let me mark as 100. Refresh it. Yeah. So all 3 emails are ready. for the autopilot to get and extract the data. Let me copy the prompt. Now I can prompt the autopilot, and you can see. So we can see it is calling the TSP email analyzer. And so this is the process we have integrated with the autopilot. So it will ask where you want to run this process or not. If I want to run, then I can click on run. Once I hit run, it will navigate. You can see the process is running here. So once I hit the run, it will run the process in unattended mode and navigate through the dedicated email box to extract the approved email. And it will also structure the data in a tabular format and bring into the autopilot screen. So you can see it has extracted the email. We already have written some prompt. So it bring all the email and with subject line, body messages, port number, materials, and all. So now I have written the next prompt. So what is it? Compose an email to mfkhan.uipath@outlook.com with the subject line list of approved quotation, include the tabular data from the previous step in the body of the email. So once I write this prompt, it will automatically prepare this data and call the next process to send the email. You can see the another process is called TSP send email. First, it is trying to write how it is going to send the email. So it has write the email for me, dear recipient, please find the below approved quotations. And it will call the process, TSP send email. Here it is written the subject line and the receiver email and the body message, what I have written in the prompts. You will see compose an email with subject line list of approved quotation. You will see the subject line here and send this email to this user. You will see the user email and include the tabular data from the previous step. The previous step was this and as a body email. So it has written the email and all the process TSP send email. Now I can run this process. You can see the process is running in my system, TSP send email. So it has sent the email to this user. Let me check my email. Yeah, here we go. So you can see I have just received this email and along with all the data which was extracted in a tabular format. So now I have another prompt. This prompt will call the sales order creation bot and call the SAP UI, create the order, bring the order number into the, let me check the VP first. Yeah, it is connected. So here I am prompting the autopilot locate and extract the detailed information from the PDF document associated with port number this. So I'm instructing the autopilot only stick with this number, not to extract all the approved quotations. Ensure that all the relevant fields such as customer details, material information, and pricing are accurately captured. So what this will do, it will focus on the one email, except the 4 emails, and it will call the process TSP extract PDF data. So it will focus on this quotation number, download the PDF, extract the data. You already have seen this process. You have the studio. So we have written this logic, extract, focus on only the email, which is having the approved quotation with number, and it will pass it through this digitization and will pass it to the email summarizer. This one. This will summarize the data which we have extracted. And then again, we can create this generate email. So once I run, so it will extract the detail and bring it here. You can see the process is running, TSP extract PDF data. You can see the autopilot bring all the detail which was extracted by the process, the customer detail, quotation detail, term and conditions, shipping information. These details are ready. Now create the sales order. You can see the currency and the final amount also extracted. So when I go to this email, you will see we have the attachment, this 2000000000115. When I open this quotation, you will see all the data which was extracted by this autopilot. These details are extracted from this PDF. So the data is ready for the sales order creation. Now I have a prompt. Using the extracted quotation detail, extract the data to include customer number, material code, and quantities. Ensure the format suitable for the direct input to the sales order creation process. Now it will call the next process, that is the sales order creation. Then again, the TSP sales order creation process is in go. It will pass all the extracted detail to this process. Once I hit run, you will see it will invoke the SAP GUI in my machine. You can see the process has started. Okay, so here we have received one error. SAP scripting unable to connect to SAP scripting interface. Okay, so let me try to check VPN is connected or not. Yeah, so my VPN is disconnected. Let me connect again. I think VPN is working. Only the scripting issue we are encountering. Let me enable. Okay, the system has restarted, so let me enable the scripting first. Oh, the value string, the script is ready. Let me run the process again. Getting the same error again. Let me disconnect and connect again. All right, so let me check this again. If the scripting is enabled. I can check the client side scripting first, if it is enabled or not. Yeah, that is fine. And then I can check for the server side. Okay, so SAP is working, but it's a bit slow. So I can check again whether it is running or not. So we write the same prompt, generate sales order. Let's see what happens. So getting the same error again. So maybe some SAP issues we are experiencing. So what will happen when we run this TSP sales order creation? It will bring all this data, go into the SAP and create the sales order and bring back the sales order into this autopilot here. And it will ask what to do next. Do you want to send this order to the customer or not? So once you approve and ask you to provide the email, it will automatically send you the order which was generated and confirmed you like it was sent to the respective customer. So yeah, that is all about this autopilot, how you can leverage into your SAP automations. So now we can address.
Hey, Faiz, can you take the questions?
Sure. So I just
The
want to see
first
the
one
chat.
is Autopilot for Studio available just in Studio Web, or also it's in the desktop?
Yeah, it is available on the Studio Web as well as the desktop. No, you can access it through the UiPath Assistant.
Okay. And then the other question is, for each prompt, we will get different output, right? To use Autopilot, do we need to learn prompt engineering?
Absolutely. So you have to make sure you are writing a right prompt for the UiPath Autopilot, and UiPath have a proper course. You can go to the UiPath Academy to experience how you can leverage the Autopilot or the agentic AI. So feel free to go into the UiPath Academy to go through the Autopilot for everyone.
Yeah. And then we'll also be doing agentic sessions, as Diana mentioned, later in the year. So we'll be hosting some sessions on agentic AI as well. So stay tuned for those sessions. Question is, can we train Autopilot like LLM or machine learning?
So there we have the options. So we will cover in the next sessions. There we have the options. You can enable it. So once you type the prompt and whatever you are doing in the autopilot, it will record it. And the next time you don't need to put the same things again and again. So it will train with your data once you enable the options. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then does the Autopilot save our sensitive information on cloud, like email data or any contract data, or it will not be saved?
So it autopilot itself not save. If you are storing into the bucket and in the knowledge base, then it will get the detail from there. Or if you are storing into the assets, so it will get from there. So it will not store until you give the permission to store your data.
Got it. I think that's all the questions that we have for today. Uh, any last questions? Otherwise, the recording will be available, and Diana will post the recording link as well. Diana, any last comments?
No, just if you guys want, if you do have any questions, you can take yourself off mute and just ask. But I just want to say thank you so much for the session today. It was great. And there is one more question. Do we
Yeah, do we
require?
require separate license for Autopilot?
Yep.
Guys?
No, so you can leverage the AI unit. So it will consume from your AI unit. But yeah, you are required to authorize the access to autopilot by your admin. So once they allowed you to access your autopilot in assistant, then you can use it. But absolutely, it will consume your AI unit. So you can navigate to the UiPath documentation. There they have. I'm just going to bring the license metrics for the autopilot. You can go through it and how many units it will be consumed when it will run.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna drop in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the great questions today. Always remember too that if you have additional questions after our sessions are over, you can always go to the UiPath forum and ask them there. And our MVPs and other technical leads will be glad to answer those. So great job today. Thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, everyone.